Hello everyone, how are you? My name is Camilo Machado, and in this video we're going to talk about how to get more free traffic to your website. Okay, how to get more traffic to your website for free. This is part one of a 3-video series where I'm going to talk about my personal content syndication strategy, which is what I'm going to recommend. I'm going to give you sort of an overview in this video. In the following video, if you come back, I'll show you my actual Facebook syndication strategy, and I'm going to show you some numbers to demonstrate that this works and you should be doing this. And then on video number 3, I'll show you my little ninja trick that I've recently learned as part of the masters group. A group of us get together and we talk about what's working out there now, and sort of like the more coveted strategies that you're not really going to find anywhere else. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing with this one particular strategy, which is highly underrated. A lot of people don't realize how powerful this is, and yet in my early testing it has proved to be sensational. Just a ton of exposure to my content that I didn't have before, and I think everyone should be doing that. So again, part one, I'm gonna, in this video, show you how I structure content. I'm gonna show you a clever trick to increase exposure with less work, okay? I'm gonna show you the basics of how I syndicate my content to get lots of free tricks. Lots of free clicks. Next video, we're gonna walk through the Facebook syndication strategy. And on video number 3, we're going to go through my awesome little SEO trick that I think everyone should be doing. So a quick note on SEO. Obviously, SEO is one of the great powerful ways to get free traffic. My recommendation is that if you are new, okay, if you are new and you do not have funds right now to outsource, postpone it. Okay, postpone SEO until you can outsource it, because I just got to be real honest with you guys, it's hard. SEO today is highly competitive, and yes, you can go out there and you can rank for long tail keywords, but the reality is that if you don't even know how to get your keyword research started, how to really analyze the competitiveness of a word, and even if it's a very low volume search keyword, you just have to be able to, there's a curve, if you will, that you're going to have to learn to get this to be effective or even worth it. And I just feel like, considering how time consuming it is, considering that the Google Zoo is unpredictable, you never know when they're going to release the next update that's going to totally demolish any efforts you've put in over the last 2-3 months, a year, like it did for so many people back when Panda came out and then Penguin. You've got to keep that in mind. And of course, it will cost you money in the end, because no matter what, anyone that says that they're not using paid traffic to generate and to dominate a particular niche, okay, when they're saying, well, they do it all with SEO, well, guess what? They're outsourcing everything. So they're paying for this, because if they weren't, they would be slaving away at their computer, writing articles, backlinking, sharing on social media, dropping RSS feeds for their blogs here and there. It would be a completely horrific experience to have to do this by yourself. And I know, because I got sucked into this windfall when I first got started. So organic SEO, should you do it? Absolutely. But if you need to drive traffic now, quickly, this is probably not where you want to spend your time. Where you do want to spend your time is content syndication, which is what we're going to talk about briefly here. So this is where I feel everyone should be starting immediately to get traffic going. Now, why? Simple. You can literally put a piece of content out there, share it in your social networks or in social platforms like Facebook, Twitter, StumbleUpon, and they're going to get eyeballs. Okay? Now, is it all dandy and sweet? No. Also very time consuming. You still have to write content. You still have to go through the process of sharing it. You do need to dedicate at least 1 to 3 hours, because once you hours per day, because once you write content, you want to go ahead and spend the time actually marketing the content on various places. You need to know what type of content pulls. Not everything you write is going to be attractive to a reader, and so that's why you need to be tracking everything. Highly recommend that you track everything, so that over the course of time you can start to see what traffic really starts, what content really starts to pull. And you want to get to a large following quickly. The way this is going to start to really provide fruits for your labor is when you start building a large following, particularly on Facebook. So with that said, let's get started. Let me show you real quickly a brief overview of what I do. And let's start here. Okay, this is my link tracking software. You can use Bitly as a tracking software. I like to actually pay for mine because I think the clicks and the reporting is a little bit more accurate, and I want really to get accurate analytics so that I know what's working and what's not. But as you can see here, every time you see a little spike, guys, this is me syndicating content in this particular example for this group that I'm showing you on Facebook. Okay, this is my primary syndication source, and I can tell you that every one of these spikes represents blog posts or videos that I have posted onto various Facebook groups, and they've gotten airtime. Okay, so I've gotten eyeballs in front of it, and that's what we want. This one here happens to be a paid campaign, so I'm going to exclude this particular spike outside of the results. What I want you to focus on is 656. This is a number I want you to focus on. All right, over the last 30 days, I've gotten 656 clicks, and if I subtract 114 clicks for this paid campaign, so this doesn't count because we're talking about free strategies here, okay, free traffic. I'm going to subtract 114 from 656, and that's going to give me a total of 542 clicks over the last 30 days that I was not getting prior to me implementing this routine. And I want you to think about that because I just got started. So as I increase my exposure across other social sharing channels out there, this number is going to get up there. So I'm going to be able to now start getting 1,000 clicks, 1,500 and 2,000 clicks to my content. And this is free. Okay, so how does this work? Well, here's what I do. I will write a post, and in this case I've been tracking, oh, real quick, you see these spikes here? Some of these are very flat. This is content that didn't pull very well, but this content here, as you can see, if you start looking at the types of things that are getting spikes that people are clicking, that people are gravitating to, this is what starts to tell you what kind of content people are interested in the groups that you are syndicating. Of course, you don't try to sell a porterhouse steak to a vegetarian, and you can't sell ice to an Eskimo. So what you want to try and do is figure out, if I'm going to post content in this group or with this crowd, what's going to be of interest to them. And this is a great way. This is why you need to track everything. This is a great way to figure out what works and what doesn't. So I wrote a post about how to magically manifest success, love, happiness, and anything you want in your sleep. Okay, I came across this incredible book called The Secret Code of Success by Noah St. John, and I was introduced to the concept of affirmations. And then my buddy Jay introduced me to the concept of recording my affirmations and actually going to sleep while my affirmations are playing in the background with a binaural track layered on the background to kind of like soothe me into like this very deep sleep, but almost like where the recording is actually reprogramming your subconscious, and it's just been incredible. So I wanted to write about it because I think it's the coolest thing ever. So here I have a nice introduction. I also notice I shot a video, and this is really key, guys. Shooting informational videos is really, really hot. People love it, and I actually like to put my face into it. I want people to have a connection with me, right? So then I keep the blog going. Here's some more copy on the blog. I've got some links. I didn't want to be really salesy. I didn't want to. This was not a selling video. This was really a value video. So you don't see any like hardcore call to actions here. But here's a link to get to connect with me on Facebook. I've got my link here again for Facebook on my signature, and then this one actually very sort of subtly actually takes you to my money page. This is my capture page where I collect leads. But this is the basic structure of a post. Copy, compelling headline, copy, video, more substantiation, and a nice little signature. If you can, make sure you put your picture in here. This is a very personal touch that people really connect with and they like to see. So once I do this, I head over to Facebook. I got a bunch of groups that I subscribe to, and I post. I use some posting software to help me do this, and I'll share that with you in the next video. But basically my very next step, actually let me back that up, my very next step is to create a new link. So as you can see, I track everything. Over the last 30 days, I've been basically, if I write a post, as you can see, EN blog post, I will create a link. And what's cool about this is this cloaks, right? So this cloaks the Empower Network link. And so it creates this cool link with my own avatar. So instead of like prosperity, social media bar, I actually have my own domain that I purchased. So it's Camilo Recommends, which is, well, my name. So this is cool, very personalized. And here's my customized link that when I click on it, takes me to a cloaked version of the blog with a social sharing bar here, and this works on Facebook. So this is awesome for me because I can now track my posts, and I don't have to worry about it not going through because it's on Facebook, and Facebook doesn't like the Empowered Network domain. Okay, so here we go. I create my link, I go to Facebook, I syndicate, and then I watch the clicks come in. Okay, that's it. As for the video, I create video almost for every single blog post I do because people like to see video. It's a very powerful means of communication. And as you can see, these don't look like much at first glance, but you see 7 views, you see 14 views, you see 25, and you're thinking that's not really a lot, but here's what you need to realize. Okay, here's what you need to realize. If you go to analytics, over the last 30 days, I've had 450 views. So that's 450 times people have viewed my content, and they've spent over 1,300 minutes watching me. That means people are evaluating me, they're liking the content. And this is essentially a very important and key strategy in our business, because people, it's the internet, it's a scam, right? So people want to know that they're working with real people that aren't scammers. And video allows you to provide the value that others are looking for, so that you can make that connection, so they can decide to watch you until such point where you provide so much value and you present yourself in an authentic way that they feel like they can actually start to connect with you, and eventually even become a lead, and eventually even become a customer. Make sense? So this is what we're going to do for now. Again, just to wrap it up, I would recommend you stick with content syndication. Tomorrow on the next video, come back, because I'm going to walk you specifically through how I get tons of clicks. All right, so if you want to start getting spikes, if you want to start getting all of these cool clicks to your blog and getting leads, all right, getting leads, you want to come back for the next video, which will be posted tomorrow, where I'll walk you through my specific Facebook syndication. I hope you got a lot of value out of this. So I encourage you to get in touch with me on Facebook. You can look me up under Camilo E. Machado. I'll put the link actually underneath the description of this video, or if you're watching this on my Facebook page, then you know how to connect with me there. All right, take care, guys, and I will see you on part 2.